At first, when I saw him, his eyes were open and he had a blank stare, just a blank stare.
Just straight away, he wasn't breathing. Could see he wasn't breathing, could feel that he wasn't breathing. So I made the call.
I got him flat on the floor and listened for a few seconds. No, I know what's wrong. He's had a cardiac arrest.
I had someone else with me, luckily, so they phoned for an ambulance straight away.
Just said to him, you're not going to die. You're not going to die here. You're not going to die today.
I felt confident and competent enough because of the training I'd had that I could assist in that situation.
The quicker you can get there and start the CPR, the more chance you've got of bringing somebody back.
It may hopefully be something that you never have to use, but when you do have to use it, it will be the most important thing in helping save somebody's life.
Do it. Don't stand around and wait for somebody else to do it. You could miss the moment.
It's human nature to jump in and to help other people when you can. In that situation, I saw someone who needed my help and I gave it.
Very grateful that I knew what to do, and very grateful for all the training I've had.
When it comes to giving CPR and saving someone's life, you don't want to lose any time.
I suddenly had a cardiac arrest and down I went. I was very fortunate in that I had people who saw me and they leapt into action because they had been trained, and as a result, here I am today. Just know that I'm very grateful to you and so are the family.
Nice to meet you.
I'd be grateful to you. Thank you both. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yesterday was my university graduation. It was so important to us to have Dad there with us in the pictures, because without you two, that wouldn't have been the same.
Reuniting his family today and seeing the family together, it's a heartwarming feeling. It's good. It's good.
It doesn't take a hero to do that. It just takes a very ordinary person.
I'm a dad, I'm not a hero.
I'm extremely grateful that somebody spent time training them so they knew what to do.
You need to be prepared for that one moment, that one family member, that one stranger, that one good friend.
His children and my children have still got a dad, and he's very special to us.
There's no greater thing you can do for someone than to save their life.
Call 999 immediately.
Push hard and fast in the centre of the chest.
Give rescue breaths.
Hi, I'm Emily.
And I'm Ashraf.
And we're going to show you just how easy it is to learn CPR. CPR is short for cardiopulmonary resuscitation, so it's no wonder people call it CPR. What it's reminding you to do is call, push, rescue. Call 999, push on the chest, and give rescue breaths.
CPR is something very simple and easy to learn. Something that you can do to keep blood flowing to a person's body and brain when their heart has stopped beating. This is known as a cardiac arrest.
A cardiac arrest is the ultimate medical emergency, and without immediate help, that person will not survive.
Now, there are lots of myths around CPR that often stop people from getting involved and trying resuscitation. They're afraid they'll hurt the person or make the situation worse. But if that person has had a cardiac arrest, they will die within minutes unless someone helps them immediately. So there really is nothing to lose by trying.
And don't worry about breaking ribs. It's possible this could happen, but a broken rib is far better than not surviving.
Some people can also be nervous about doing rescue breaths, sometimes called mouth-to-mouth, on a complete stranger. This doesn't have to stop you from helping because you can just do the chest compressions, which is known as hands-only CPR. The chances are you're most likely to have to resuscitate someone you know, like a friend or a family member. So we'll teach you rescue breaths because that helps the person even more. Then you have the choice.
Okay, let's start practicing. First, place your mannequin in front of you, like this. The mannequin's chest should be at your knees, with its head to one side. Now, to help you practice more easily, there's a little tab under the chest which says hard and soft. Can you see it? When it's pulled out, it activates a clicker that helps you know how hard and deep to push. But you can turn the clicker sound off by pushing the tab in, like this. But let's leave it on for now. Make sure it's pulled out so the word hard is showing. Now, when you press down deep enough, you'll hear a click. Let's warm up with one of the most important parts first, which is pushing on the chest. Watch Ashraf to see where your hands should be placed. Place the heel of one hand on the centre of the chest. Place the heel of the other hand on top of the first and interlock your fingers. Lean over the chest with your arms straight down. OK, now you do it. Place the heel of one hand on the centre of the chest. Place the heel of the other hand on top of the first and interlock your fingers, just as Ashraf is doing. And now, with your arms straight, push down, and then let the chest rise all the way back up again. Are you pushing straight down? Don't worry about making mistakes. This is just practice. Make sure that the heel of your hand is in the centre of the chest. Try leaning further over the mannequin if you don't hear a click. And remember to keep your arms straight. If you're pushing hard enough, you'll hear a click. All right, you've just done one of the most important parts of CPR, pumping blood around the body. Now, let's warm up some more with another part of CPR, breathing. That is, breathing for the other person. To do this, we'll need to open the mannequin's airway and breathe into its mouth. Watch Ashraf for a moment while he shows you where to put your hands. Ease the head back with one hand on the forehead, whilst lifting the chin with 2 fingers of your other hand. OK, now you try. One hand on the forehead, the fingers of the other under the chin. Be careful not to put your hand or arm on the mannequin's neck. Otherwise, air won't go in and out. Have you got that? Good. Now, watch Ashraf for a moment while he shows you how to get air into the mannequin. Use the hand on the forehead to pinch the nose, and then completely cover the mannequin's mouth with your own and blow in a breath, like this. Breathe the air in for about 1 second. You'll know that the air is going to the right place if you see the chest rise. OK, now try that with us. One hand on the forehead, 2 fingers of your other hand under the chin, keeping your hand away from the neck. Ease the head back, pinch the nose, cover the mouth with yours and blow in for about 1 second. OK, now let's try a few breaths to make sure that you've got it. Did you see the chest rise? Good. Try it 2 more times. And remember to keep the head tilted, your hand away from the neck, and pinch the nose as you breathe into its mouth. After the first breath, let the chest go back down and follow it with another breath. Great! Let's do 2 last breaths. It may not seem like it, but you've already learned the key skills of doing CPR, pushing on the chest and breathing. Let's try them together for a little bit. First, let's push on the chest just like we did before. Put the heel of your hand on the centre of the mannequin's chest. Lock your fingers together. Keep your elbows straight and push the chest down at least 5 centimetres. Do this 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Once again, tilt the head. Lift the chin, keeping your hand away from the neck. Pinch the nose. Completely cover the mouth with yours and blow in for about 1 second. Blow in enough air to make the chest rise. Once the chest goes back down, do it again. Did you see the mannequin's chest rise? Push on the chest again, 30 times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Are you pushing down at least 5 centimetres?
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Make sure you push hard and fast on the chest. Keep doing sets of 30 pushes on the chest and 2 breaths until someone else can take over. You're getting the feel of how to do the pushing and breathing sequence of CPR. Now, I want to show you a couple of steps that lead up to doing that. How do you know if the person really needs you to push on their chest or breathe for them in the first place? Watch us for a moment. Let's say we've just arrived at a scene where someone's collapsed. After making sure it's safe to approach your casualty, the first thing you should do is gently shake the person's shoulders and shout something.
Hello, can you hear me?
If the person doesn't move or wake up, they're unconscious and we'd better shout for help. Shout loudly to try to attract attention. If someone is nearby, ask them to wait. You may need their help.
Help! I need some help over here.
You now need to check if they're breathing normally. Follow along and do it with us. Ease the head back and lift the chin, just like you've already practiced. Then get close to check for breathing. Did you see the chest rising? Can you hear anything? Do you feel any breath? If the casualty is not breathing or is only making occasional gasps, it is not normal breathing. If you do see, hear or feel regular breaths, you'll need to put the casualty in the recovery position. OK, let's try that sequence again. Ready? We're going to shake and shout. Look for movement or other response. Shout for help. Check for normal breathing.
Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Help! I need some help over here.
To determine whether they are breathing normally, look, listen and feel for no more than 10 seconds. They're not breathing. If the person is not breathing normally, you will need to get some help. If there's someone else around, quickly tell them to get help. Say it like you mean it.
Call an ambulance and get a defibrillator. Tell them this person is unconscious and not breathing.
If no one's around, you'll have to call for an ambulance yourself.
Ambulance service, please. I have someone who's not breathing.
The operator will ask you some important questions so that help can be sent quickly and to the right place. If possible, use the speaker option on your phone. The emergency operator can usually coach you through the steps of CPR, so do not hang up the phone unless you are told to do so. OK, now you try. Make sure you practice all of the steps. You have just found someone who has collapsed. It's safe to approach, so gently shake the person's shoulders and shout.
Are you all right? Can you hear me?
The person doesn't move or wake up. Shout for help, loudly.
Help! I need some help over here.
OK, that's good. Check if they're breathing normally. They're not breathing.
call an ambulance and get a defibrillator. Tell them this person is unconscious and not breathing.
After you've called for an ambulance or have sent someone else to call, start pushing on the chest. Just like you did before, put your hands in the centre of the mannequin's chest. Keep your elbows straight and push the chest down at least 5 centimetres. Do this 30 times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Allow the chest to rise back up completely between compressions.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
And now give 2 breaths. "30 more pushes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Keep your arms straight as you push. It makes it a lot easier.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
And now 2 more breaths. Continue pushing on the chest 30 times, followed by 2 breaths for as long as you can, until help arrives or the casualty starts to breathe normally again.
For practice, now that you've learned this very simple life-saving skill, we'll do it together all the way through the steps of CPR. This time, Emily will run through the procedure with you. Are you ready? Begin.
Hello? Are you all right? Can you hear me? Help! I need some help over here.
No breathing.
I need you to call an ambulance and get a defibrillator. Tell them this person is unconscious and not breathing.
Start pushing on the chest.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Keep your arms straight as you push. It makes it a lot easier.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
And now give 2 breaths.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
2 breaths again. Make sure the chest rises. Good news. Help has arrived and has taken over doing the CPR.
Now, you've already learnt the core skills of CPR for an adult. But what about children? Well, it's a sad fact that many children do not receive resuscitation because people are worried that they'll make things worse. Don't worry, you can't make things worse. And it's far better to use the same simple steps of adult CPR on a child who is not responsive and not breathing than to do nothing at all. However, there is one small change you can make to make the CPR skills you've learned more appropriate for children over 1 year old. First, let's get the mannequin ready for child CPR. Do you remember the tab under the chest? Make sure it is pulled all the way out so that the word soft is showing. Like before, place the mannequin's chest at your knees with its head to one side. On a child, place the heel of only one hand in the centre of the chest, just as Ashraf is doing. If you find it too difficult to push using just one arm, you can use 2, as you did before with the adult. Whatever you need to do to make sure you compress the chest to the correct depth. Push down at least 1/3 of the depth of the chest. Watch Ashraf to see what this looks like. For a child, the push and breathe part of CPR is the same as for an adult. It's just that a child may need less air to make the chest rise. Take 1 second for each breath. Now, follow along with Ashraf. Push 30 times on the chest.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
And give 2 breaths. "30 compressions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
And 2 more breaths. Now you know how to do CPR for a child. It's a lot like adult CPR, isn't it? The only difference is that you need to compress the chest 1/3 of its depth. It doesn't matter whether you need to use 1 or 2 hands to achieve this. Remember, if you're not sure whether they are a child or a small adult, you're not going to harm them whether you use the child or adult technique because they are so similar. And if you ever have to do this for real and you forget the child technique, don't worry. It's just important to breathe and push, even if you use the adult techniques.
Let's hope you never have to use CPR. But if a situation arises when help is needed, don't hesitate. You know what to do.
If you see an adult who has collapsed, but you're not comfortable with doing the breathing part, go ahead and do the other skills. Check for responsiveness. Shout for help. Check for normal breathing. Phone for an ambulance. And keep pushing on the chest hard and fast. That's better than doing nothing at all.
Please don't just stand around thinking someone else can do it better or that you're going to mess it up. If in doubt, when you call for an ambulance, they can talk you through CPR if you're unsure or have forgotten anything.
Remember, a person who has stopped breathing cannot get better without immediate help. And now you know how to provide that help.
Thanks for your time. We really hope you feel more confident now about helping someone in an emergency.
All you need to do is remember, call, push, rescue.
When someone's heart stops pumping blood, the earlier you give CPR, the better chance they have of surviving. But for most casualties, CPR alone isn't enough. Sometimes it's an abnormal rhythm that causes the heart to suddenly stop pumping blood. The person collapses, becomes unresponsive, and stops breathing normally. A public access defibrillator, or just defibrillator, is a machine that can read or analyze the heart rhythm and tell you if an electric shock is needed to stop the abnormal rhythm. Defibrillators can now be found in lots of public places, and they're known as public access defibrillators. So if one is available, ask someone to bring it while you begin CPR. Let me show you how this works. I've got the defibrillator. The ambulance is on its way. Keep doing the CPR while I attach the pads. As soon as the defibrillator arrives, turn it on and follow its instructions. It will tell you what to do. Some defibrillators turn on automatically when you lift the lid. Others require you to push the on button. Follow the prompts, but try to avoid interrupting the CPR as much as possible.
Peel off the pad labelled 1 and stick to the bare skin of the patient, exactly as shown in the picture. Peel off the pad labelled 2 and stick to the bare skin of the patient, exactly as shown in the picture.
Defibrillators are very simple to operate and have been designed for any member of the public to use safely and effectively without any previous training.
Do not touch the patient. Analysing heart rhythm.
If the defibrillator finds a heart rhythm that can be helped with a shock, it will tell you to push the shock button.
Shock advised.
Stay clear.
And clear. Press the flashing orange button now. Shock delivered. Begin CPR now.
CPR is frequently still required after the defibrillator has given its shock and must be started when the defibrillator prompts you without delay. Continue until you see obvious signs of life or the defibrillator tells you to stop so it can reanalyze the heart rhythm. Just keep following its commands until the casualty moves or breathes normally.